And this is episode 4 of Baylee's podcast. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew and Andrew.
I'm Troy. Y'all already know by now, if anybody listens.
Yeah.
But, so what you been up to today, bro?
Nothing much, but in the last episode, we were talking about, I don't remember which one it was, but some island came up in the topic.
The Epstein Island?
No, it wasn't Epstein Island, but there are.
Oh, it's the island about that was like overtaken by something, wasn't it?
There was Oh yeah, no, I think it was. I had mentioned there is an island in. It is off the coast of Brazil, 30 miles off the coast of Sao Paulo, Brazil, that has an estimated 4,000 snakes.
Fuck that.
And they're the most dangerous snakes in the world. Well, what this island has is a population of an estimated 4,000 golden lance-headed viper snakes.
That just sounds dangerous, dude.
Yes. Well, everyone knows that no one wants to come in contact with a viper. They're not friendly and they're not safe.
Right.
So the golden lancehead is, I don't know the number, but they're more venomous than regular vipers. So
what does it compare to the black mamba? Do you know?
That I don't know, but this island, or I should say this specific species of snake, when I say golden lancehead viper, only exists on this island. Snake Island. Island in Brazil. Yeah, 30 miles off the coast of Brazil. And
Oh no.
I see some people, it's for obvious reasons. It's prohibited to go without authorization, but with authorization, scientists will go and they collect the venom. They actually milk the snake for the venom so that they can make medicine, not just anti-venom, but other drugs too. I forget which other drugs they make, but it is a small island, and for an island that small to have 4,000 golden lancehead snakes on it, it's a nightmare for anyone who has that phobia. Even if you don't have that phobia, fuck no, I don't have
There's a lot of snakes.
No, they're gonna kill you. They're dangerous.
And you know what sucks is they won't even eat you. They'll just fucking like kill you and fucking leave you dead for.
Oh yeah.
So it, like you said, dude, it's home to a species of venomous snakes called the golden lancehead. One so deadly that one bite is enough to stop the birds they prey on before they can. It stopped me dead in my tracks.
Oh yeah, their main food source is birds.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they. All snakes really just. Well, no, I don't want to misspeak, but specifically these snakes, they're kind of a sit and wait type of predator.
Really?
They sit and wait, and they strike mostly at the birds that fly around.
Oh, dude, that's insane, man. 4,000. That's a lot of snakes. A human would die if they stepped a foot on Snake Island.
Yeah, especially at the wrong time. I know there is a lighthouse on this island. I mentioned it in the last episode, but I wasn't sure why they'd put a lighthouse, but why not? I mean, you gotta
yeah, it's like a little
to navigate.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, so I don't know how often, but every so often, a group of people got to go on that island and change that light bulb.
Yeah.
And they got to be very careful. I wouldn't do it.
There's no fucking way.
That's got to be fake.
No, that's on that Snake Island.
No, let me see that picture. No, that looks AI.
You think?
Yeah, that looks AI.
It is possible.
But that snake. You know what? Let me tell you something that happened. I'm gonna probably have to bring it up again next episode because I don't know the details. I forget a lot of details. But the most important thing is that there's a couple, a family that bought a house, and no one told them that their house is built on top of a snake hibernaculum.
What is that? The fuck?
I think
it's like a snake pit.
Yes.
Or just a technical term for snake pit?
Yes. The details that I remember is that they would hear the snakes in the walls,
Yeah.
and they can smell the snakes too. Because think about what their house was built on. The snake, I don't know if hibernaculum is the right word, but it's a giant snake orgy,
Oh wow.
a gigantic snake orgy that they're living on top of.
Yeah.
And they can it sounds disgusting, but they can smell the snakes in their house. I don't know what that smells like. I can't imagine it. Even if it doesn't smell bad, it's just what it is. It's just
Right.
repulsive.
Well, I was telling her, dude, like, I've never, like, I heard people say that you could tell when a rattlesnake's around because it it has this, like, sour smell to it or whatever. And I've never smelled that smell. I've been around poisonous snakes or whatever, not for too long, but I wonder what exactly that smell smells like. So I know because sometimes you smell something funny in here, and it's coming from the vents. And the up underneath their house is perfect climate for fucking snakes.
This house.
Yes,
Whoa.
yes. So it's like kind of spooky in a way. Because I don't know what that smells, and she can't smell it.
I might be talking about a situation that you're in.
Yeah, fuck that. No, you're not.
No, let's hope not.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do have a crew of people that go on that island every so often to change the light bulb on that lighthouse, and scientists are allowed to go on that island to milk the venom so that they can create medicine like anti-venom and I guess other drugs too. I heard that there are other drugs that they can create with this venom, with this viper venom. But that is a crazy island.
Well, we're kind of on the snake topic, and like they say when the rattlesnakes are around or whatever, that you can smell the sour smell in the air. Like, so I was telling him that up underneath your house is like the perfect climate for snakes like that. It's humid, it's damp, it's muggy, and that they like that.
That sounds like the underneath every house, really. That
Well, yeah.
be like the perfect climate. And you're talking about Louisiana.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, you're describing the exact
But
climate.
spiders, I know she has a lot of spiders around here.
Yeah.
But you never seen any snakes around here when you were growing up?
Yeah, fingers crossed that there's none underneath. It's probably not.
Baylee would get them.
Yeah, and even if there is, I mean, it's probably like one or two, and it's. I think realistically, if you go underneath every house, there might not be a snake, but it's like perfect conditions for one.
Yeah. Bro, at my mom's house, she has this. You've never been over there. I'm gonna go by there one day and show you. So she has her house was built. If you look it up online, it says it was built in 1925. Every other house around there was built in the 50s. But you can see like the way the plumbing's laid out. Like she has big steel pipes like for plumbing. It was steel and aluminum. No, I'm sorry, lead. So she had an issue with her water drain or whatever in the kitchen sink, and I tore the back wall out, and she had a lead pipe in there that the rats had chewed like a 7 or 8 inch hole on the side, like because it's real soft. It's the kind of pipe that you could just grab by your hand and squeeze it, and it'll collapse.
Oh wow, it's old.
Yeah, but they used to use lead pipe. I think lead came after that terracotta. Have you ever seen the terracotta pipes? Have you ever seen those flower pots that red clay looking flower pots? You ever seen those?
Yeah.
That's what the sewer pipes used to be made out of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you ever been in someone's yard and you've seen little chunks of that material, that is probably from an old old sewer line.
Yeah, probably from the 1800s. I would assume.
Yeah. Then they went from like what that to. I think they went to galvanized or PVC or whatever after that, or no, they went to steel. Mm-hmm. I think I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I just know how to do plumbing.
There's plenty of other crazy islands. There's an island not far from India that is 23 square miles in size,
Yeah.
And
You said 23?
yeah, 23 square miles. From one side to the other is about 23 miles walking, and it has an estimated 20 to 400 people on this island, and they are hunter and gatherers. They're hunters and gatherers.
Okay.
They're a tribe that is completely they're in the Stone Age. They have no idea about the rest of the world. They have the ones on the island like currently, because there were some that were kidnapped by a European guy a long time ago.
Yeah.
But the inhabitants of this island, they've seen helicopters, because helicopters will fly and they throw their spears at it, and they're good. They can throw their spear and shoot their bows and arrows with amazing accuracy.
Really?
They are very dangerous. I know in 1991 there was a friendly contact with some members of this tribe, but after 1997 all visitors to this island has been prohibited. No one. Like I said, the Snake Island, you can go as if you're a scientist or you're changing a light bulb. No one can go close to this island. No one.
So it's like they're protected.
Yeah, they are dangerous.
I don't know where. Okay, so I know of a couple of islands. I think I'm not really sure where they are, so you can't quote me on that. But I think one of them is near Africa, and there's one tribe. There's a cannibal tribe, and there's this one tribe that there's this dude on TikTok. He goes to visit them regularly, and they like he brought a mirror with him, and he showed them the mirror. They've seen themselves for the first time. It's like really funny.
I think I've seen that before. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they cook, they'll kill the monkeys. Well, I know what I wanted to ask you before I trail off too far into my shit. What do, on that little island that you're talking about, what do they hunt? Like, just like fish and shit, or monkeys?
Yeah. Well, I don't, let's see. I do know that they'll catch turtles at the beach of their island, and they'll catch crabs.
Okay, so they eat healthy then.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the inside of a turtle shell? Like a dead turtle, obviously.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You see how cool so their spine is built onto the shell. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
That's so wicked, bro.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there was it's sad. There was that block I run around where my parents live.
Yeah.
When I round the bend onto right where the tree line is, there was a big turtle, and it was in pieces. Damn. It was in pieces. Some car ran it over. Some car, truck, or SUV ran it over, and it was still the shell was in pieces, and the turtle was still there, like whatever the inside of the turtle and the head was there. But when I went back and ran around again, I saw the turtle pieces. They're still there, but it's just the shell.
What?
So I don't know where the rest of it went.
Shit, it's in a bird's stomach somewhere.
Yeah. Some buzzards probably came and got it, but
yeah.
Bro,
I didn't know that, and it's sad that you when you're in your 40s, I guess it's not nothing bad with learning new shit every day, but some shit like this, like I did not know that raccoons were born without saliva glands. I was like completely dumbfounded to this fact.
Saliva glands?
Yeah,
I didn't know that until you just told me.
Yes, so. If you ever notice when they eat, they're always eating around a source of water, and they'll take that food and they'll dip that food in the water or whatever, and they'll eat it. And it's because they don't, they choke if they didn't.
Wait, so they don't ever get saliva glands like later?
No, I don't think so.
They live without it.
I'm about to look right now, and I've never even Googled this kind of shit.
I saw a raccoon. You've probably seen this too. I think it's everybody and their mom has probably seen this. A raccoon was given cotton candy.
Really?
Yeah, it was. This raccoon was given cotton candy, and then it takes it puts it in the water, and then of course you know what cotton candy will do, and it'll go away.
Yeah.
It disappeared.
Oh, I've seen that. Okay, yeah, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it's like, where'd my shit go?
Where'd it go?
Well, what I think was the coolest thing, and I just figured this out a few years ago, when I had her, bro, the way dogs drink is so awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, have you ever slow-mo'd it?
I've seen it. Yeah, it turns into like a ladle. It looks like their tongue turns into a ladle.
Yeah, and I had no idea that when they bring the water into their mouth, it's up underneath. their mouth. I would think that it would scoop it into the front of their mouth, but when they drink, it scoops it out and it goes under their, they bring the water in under their mouth.
I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So, dude, I had some really good footage.
The underside of the tongue.
Yeah, yeah. So when they dip it in the water, it turns into a bowl. It's like so weird looking. Turns into a bowl. Hey, girl. It turns into a bowl, and they scoop it up underneath their mouth. And yeah, I didn't know that. I always thought they scooped it the right side up, but no, it goes in up underneath. They do have salivary glands. They have 3 pairs of salivary glands, just like humans and other animals. They produce saliva that helps to moisten food and break down carbon. The common misconception, here goes what I fall under. The common misconception that raccoons do not have salivary glands may stem from the fact that they often dunk their food in water before eating it. However, this behavior is not related to a lack of salivary glands. Instead, it is thought to be a way for raccoons to enhance their sense of touch and taste. I was just joking about, I knew they had salivary glands. I was just, I was just joking. I was just seeing if you knew. Yeah. God. And I don't know.
I had no idea either way.
I don't know why I fell into that. That's just like somebody saying, and this is one of the funniest ones that and I know this to be false, of course, but some people really think that buzzards and vultures and shit do not have assholes.
Well, that's not possible.
Exactly.
Wait, now speaking of that, did you know? Because there's a lot that I tell you and you don't know, which is cool because I get to tell you new things.
Right.
Did you know? You know about North Korea, right? And how it's under a dictatorship.
Yeah.
Did you know that among the propaganda that Kim Jong-un and his regime propagates to the population of North Korea is that he does not have an asshole?
Dude, did I hear something? I want to say no. No, I didn't know that. That's funny.
I mean, I keep thinking, no, that's got to be.
Is it real? Do they really think that?
I think they do. I'm pretty sure that is a real fun fact that Kim Jong-un wants everyone to believe that he doesn't have an asshole. And the reason why is because he is a perfect machine that does not need to expel any waste, and thus does not need an asshole.
Wow, that's something else. No, when I started having sex, dude, I want to say I lost my virginity late, but there was a lot of people who lost it way younger than me. I was 16, but so the way our house was built, it was like 3 bedrooms were linked together, and my parents' bedroom was all the way on the other side of the house, and I had the middle room of the ones that were linked together. So it was pretty cool. I loved it. And I had my own bathroom and shit. But so when I'd bring a girl over or whatever, like my stepdad would be on the computer in the computer room. And that's like right there. And I'd be sitting there just like trying to be quiet. Shh, just be quiet, be quiet. And then she'd get ready to leave and I'd walk out of my room. My stepdad would dap me off, be like, good job, son.
But that's the difference between sons and daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I would flip my wig if I don't know. The way I look at it with my little girl is if dudes of age or whatever. I really prefer her wait till she's married. I would really love that. Mm-hmm. But
I think marriage is going away.
Yeah.
Because marriage, you actually have anybody getting married now, anybody getting married today in the West is 54 at least. It's probably more. It's more than half. It's more than 50. I'm gonna say 54% likely to end in a divorce.
Yeah. That's
more than half.
Yeah.
No one would buy a house if their kitchen is 54% likely to catch on fire.
No.
So why in the world would anyone want to get married? Now here's my defense for marriage. If you are really rich, if you're a billionaire and you can throw nice weddings, like I'm talking millions and millions of dollars for a nice wedding just to get married. Hey, look, we're getting married. Fuck it. And then you can be married for 5 years, get a divorce, and marry your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh wife. Have multiple. I'm not saying having multiple wives like a Mormon, but or like like polygamy. But
yeah.
I'm saying just be a billionaire and go through 7 wives. Fuck it. Otherwise it's a disaster because men get men get destroyed in marriages all the time because it's mostly 75 to 80% of the divorces are initiated by a woman.
Yeah, by design too. They get fucked over.
Yeah, because guess what? Her psychology had told her that there was someone out there better, and you know, for what it is, I don't know if it makes it better or worse, but not most of the time, but some of the time, a good percentage of the time, a woman feels like she can do better. It doesn't necessarily mean that she found a better man.
Right.
It means whether she's your girlfriend and she's breaking up with you, or she's your wife and she's divorcing you, if she thinks she can do better, she'll leave you and be single. Because I heard someone say that doing better means a better man or just better off being single. So it's cold. It's the cold truth, and it is what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as marriage goes, women are more into getting married nowadays, despite not really needing to. The reason why, this is a theory, this is a hypothesis. The reason why I think women are more tied to getting married than men are nowadays is because they need that man to. They know that if they can trick him into saying I do.
Yeah.
At the altar, then he's tied.
Oh, bro.
He's tied.
I have a friend. I'm not gonna throw any names around, but I think you might know who I'm talking about once I go a little further. So he met this chick on Tinder, right? And bro, she ended up marrying him a short amount of time after they had met or whatever. Bro, it turns out like she completely had this dude. Like she brainwashed this dude, and it's insane because like me and him, we were getting close. I haven't talked to him in couple months because of her. She had got in his head, bro, and just would not release this dude's mind. Like she has him locked. Like she don't work. You know, she lays up in the bed all the time. She's mean to him. She treats him like shit. I've seen her hit him and shit. And it's like, okay, well, why do you want him? You know, I know you want him just because he pays everything and takes care of you or whatever, but you're gonna find somebody else soon. I mean, there's not a, like you said, I was gonna look for somebody better, even though the best thing is right in front of their face. But she's really mean to this fucking dude, and it got to the point because of her. Like me and him haven't spoke, and the last I heard from him, and I know she took his phone and did this, like it was their anniversary or whatever, and like I got a weird message from him, something about he's drinking and this and that, and then he's like, yeah, I love this woman of mine and blah blah blah. I'm like, this ain't even you, because I had blocked her, because what she'd end up doing is she would end up getting in our conversations, like, you know, and start texting me on the side about stupid shit. Like look, I don't want you to text me. I don't want to hear from you. I'm not in, you know, this friendship that I have is not with you. It's with him. But she ended up getting the dude out of my life. Like she got me out of theirs or whatever. And it's unfortunate because I know what's going to happen in the future with this guy. I've seen it. You know, it's like she's getting this weight loss surgery or whatever. But if they hear this podcast, they're going to know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, too. But, like, he's going to be paying for this weight loss surgery. Well, I've seen about 3 different cases where a woman would have a weight loss surgery and then somebody would give her this attention or whatever that she claims she wasn't getting from her husband or man or whatever. And then they would gravitate toward the attention, and it always ends up in a divorce or, you know, them pounding the man for every dime he's worth. So I'm not going to say I was sitting there trying to get him away from it, because I wasn't. You know, if you love the chick, cool, but be careful. Be careful, dude. I've seen this.
But switching topics, we talked about that island that had the snakes on it, and then there was an island that had an uncontacted tribe. They are essentially 10,000 years in the past. Like they're
Oh, wow.
it's a time capsule, that island. And like I said, they eat turtles, they eat crabs, they eat whatever they can hunt. And there was a European guy who had visited the island, and he had kidnapped 6 of them, 2 adults and 4 children. And what ended up happening is the 2 adults got sick and died.
Wow.
And the 4 children got sick, and they were taken back to the island. So, the good news for that tribe is that they ended up surviving, because what could have happened is, and what is likely to happen if anyone were to go onto that island, is they would, they don't have the same immunity we do.
Right.
They don't have the same, whether it's vaccinated immunity or herd immunity or natural immunity that we do. You could give them a piece of food from here, and just by them grabbing the bag or being in contact with you, they could catch something that we've already eradicated, that we don't have to deal with anymore, like a disease or an illness, because they have been so isolated. So
that's insane.
Yeah, because that European guy had taken them out of their environment. He brought them to a world that they're not acclimated to. It's like,
yeah, they weren't built for it.
Yeah, it's like going to another planet. Like you're not able to go there. Like your body's not. It's foreign.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a crazy thing to think about.
It is. I mean, that is wild. And you said they're like 10,000 years behind.
Yeah, probably more.
That's fucking nuts, yo.
But another crazy island, I think probably the craziest one, is one in Mexico. That is the island. They call it has a name, but it is known as the Island of Dolls. Just some uncreative name called the Island of Dolls, because in 1950 there was a man who was persecuted for his extreme religious beliefs. So he left his wife and his children in Mexico to go and isolate himself on this island. And in the river of this island was a floating... No, it started like this. In the river floated a little girl, her dead body. The drowned dead body of a little girl. Mm-hmm. He was... Well, no, I think... she was dead when she washed up, and he tried to save her, but she was already dead.
Yeah.
So he was very, very upset that he couldn't save her. So he buried her, and then later floated her doll. Her, like some play doll.
Yeah.
And he hung it up. Now, this man is a little crazy, or he was crazy to say the least. In order for him to ward off any evil spirits, he would keep putting up more dolls and more dolls and more dolls.
Yeah.
And you might be wondering, well, where is he getting all these dolls? Well, he would, according to what I heard, he had a crazy barter system where he would exchange anything that he had with anyone who came to the island for a doll. So people would keep bringing him dolls for exchange of whatever. And that island right now has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dolls just hanging up on trees, hanging up on wires. And most importantly, it has a shit ton of spiders.
What?
Yeah, I said this in the last episode when I brought this island up. He did die in his 80s. He in fact, it was, I don't know how true this is, but when he was 80 years old, he drowned in the same spot that girl did.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The irony of it.
Yeah, but it was just today I was watching a video of this crew that decided to do a little documentary about some small little visit, some vlog video of the island, and they definitely made a point as to just how many spiders are on that island. It's like it's like you go to that island thinking, oh, I'm going to see a bunch of dolls, and you leave just like, Jesus Christ, there's so many spiders. Yeah, they're everywhere.
It's not good. Dude, when I lived when I lived in Texas, I was younger. This is when like I would go to stay with my dad or whatever, and he lived. There was a place called Copper's Cove, Texas, and bro, it wouldn't be nothing for you to be riding your bike down the road, and then you see a fucking tarantula the size of a fucking chihuahua, fucking run across the road, it terrified me to live there. There was scorpions and tarantulas. And my dad got mad at me and actually ended up leaving his house because of this. Because when I'd go to bed, I would think that there were tarantulas and scorpions under my covers. Mm-hmm. Like I could feel shit crawling on me. So like, yeah, dude, it was bad. I threw a fit. Like it was terrible.
Have you ever experienced waking up and still and seeing things? Like when you wake up and you, because I've seen spiders and bugs. When I wake up, like right when you wake up, you still kind of it is considered still dreaming, but it's waking dreams. So I don't know what the real scientific term for it is, but
yeah, I know what you're saying. I think yes, I have. Like I would be I would go to bed and I would, let's say I'd be dreaming like the visuals of it. Say for instance, like I'm facing the window. Mm-hmm. And something in my dream would, it would interact with what was outside, and like there'd be it would be the sun hitting a certain way on something, or a plant, or the tree moving. Yeah, so I've actually, I have done that. Have you ever woke up and just like you woke up so fast and so abruptly that it takes you a second to figure out where you are and what's going on? Have you ever done that?
I think once.
Really?
Only one time before.
Dude, that I mean, I don't know if it happens like you get older or whatever, but that, like if I fall asleep and they're on the chair, like, and something jolts me awake, I'll just sit there for a second, man, and the first thing I look for is Baylee. Like, so once I see her and I figure out, okay, she's mine, I think. Like, it takes me a second to get my bearings. Like, it's like, okay, this is fucking insane. Yo.
I can't say I've ever experienced that.
Yeah, it's wild. Have you ever had, like, sounds interfere with your dreams? Like,
yes.
Yeah, like somebody, like, I don't remember what it was, but I was dreaming, and somebody was getting a roof redone, and the rhythm of the guy hitting the hammer on the roof or whatever, it blended in with my dream, and it was pretty neat.
Yeah, I think everyone's experienced that before. I don't know that they got to have some scientific name for that.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure there is.
It's universal for sure.
And that's why it's so hard. Like sometimes it's hard to wake you up. Like if you're, for instance, like I've had this happen. Like I'd be asleep dreaming real hard, and my mom would be calling me, Troy, wake up, Troy, and I was it's part of my dream. She'd be in my dream yelling at me about something else, but really it's her in real time hollering at me like, yo, get the fuck up.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before too. You have you ever heard of exploding head syndrome?
No, I haven't.
That's whenever you're falling asleep, but then a really, really loud bang, like an explosion, wakes you up. But it's not real. It's not a real external sound.
Yeah, I've actually. That's weird. It's weird that you said that because that actually happened the other day. I want to say either yesterday or today when I went to sleep. I would hear a real loud bang and it would jolt me up. But if I always look at her. Mm-hmm. But if her ears aren't perked up and she's not looking around, then it really didn't. There was no sound, you know. Mm-hmm. This was so weird. I depend on her for a lot.
Yeah.
Like if I think I hear something creak or whatever in the house, the first thing I do, I look at her. If she's not alarmed, then I don't really pay attention to it too much.
Yeah, that's very useful.
Oh, it is. I'm a little girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't had that happen to me in a long time, but it would.
But you have had it happen though?
Yeah, it would happen pretty frequently in the past. It would be mildly annoying. It would never happen. I don't think it's ever happened twice in a row. Like if it would jolt me up, I would kind of collect myself and then go right back to sleep, and it wouldn't happen again.
Yeah.
Or maybe like once it happened twice in a row.
Yeah.
But it's always right when I'm about to fall right into sleep.
Mm-hmm. Like that heavy REM, that real.
Yeah. I do know that it's very common for someone to feel like they're falling right before they fall asleep.
Yeah.
But for me, and I felt that before, but when it comes to the explosion noise, it always sounds like oh. and it was always like a nuclear explosion. What it sounds like.
Speaking of explosion, bro, there was a facility I was at right before I got released up in Monroe, and we were sitting in a class. I think they were praying or something. It was one of those star. It was like a drug class or whatever. We were sitting in this room, and all of a sudden, dude, the room shook, and you could feel like it was an explosion. And me and this dude looked at each other, and we was like, "Bro, that was an explosion." Come to find out, a plane had crashed in a field not too far from that facility.
Really?
Yes. We actually looked out the window and we could see the fireball.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I looked it up. It really happened. I thought it was a dream or whatever, but it was, and it killed all everybody on board.
All the passengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't no big. It was like a little small Cessna, or
It was. I'm sure it was some tiny plane.
Yeah, it was a smaller plane.
Yeah. But something else that's crazy to think about. I just learned this today. But well, I had looked up where in the world is there the most spiders. Where just like I wanted to know if there was a place like the Snake Island that had a bunch of spiders.
Like if there was a spider island.
Yeah. But it turns out that there's all different kinds of spiders. Well, the quick answer is the rainforest in South America. That is the place with all different kinds of spiders. I think it is the place where the tarantula is. I think. I don't know if tarantulas can go anywhere else. Admit that I didn't really look that deep into it. But you have the rainforest. You have places like Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador.
Yeah, I think it
Brazil
just depends on the climate. Like different climate, different spiders or whatever. Like I don't think spiders in Brazil could thrive over here. You know what I mean?
No, probably not. But the two worst spiders to exist in the world. One of them is in Brazil, and the other one lives in Australia. So the most, and I'll say the most dangerous one is the funnel web, which is in Australia.
Is that the one that has like? Okay, so that's different from the trapdoor, right?
I think so.
Okay.
It might be. Because some may have like two different names, but this spider, it lives. Its distribution is along the east side of Australia.
Yeah.
And right in the middle of its distribution is the most populated city in Australia, Sydney.
Oh.
Sydney has a population of over 5 million, and they live in funnel web territory. So
really?
Yeah, you have to be careful when you put your shoes on because it might be in there.
Oh no!
You have to be careful.
No.
You have to be careful with your house, with your bed, because the funnel web spider is the most dangerous and I say it's most dangerous because it's the most venomous.
Yeah.
And it can kill you. If it bites you, it can kill you. But here's the scariest one. From what the funnel web spider, getting bit by that and dying from it is gonna suck. But imagine getting bit by the Brazilian wandering spider. That one will kill you in 6 hours after
6 hours.
Yes, and I heard that it's the 6 of the most excruciating hours of your life.
Like torture.
Yes. But here's the worst part about it. Not the cherry on top of how agonizing the death from this Brazilian wandering spider is that a side effect of its venom is to cause an erection that is going to hurt like hell. It is 6 hours of excruciating pain with
a hard on.
And with a painful hard on.
What the fuck?
Painful hard on. Yeah, I heard about that and I was like, fuck no. I want to go to Brazil, but I don't want to see that spider. So I might not ever go to Brazil.
All right, y'all. So if y'all haven't watched any of our videos yet, this is Baylee's podcast on YouTube. Like, subscribe. We'd appreciate it, man. We're trying to make this little thing jump off. We're not trying to make a killing off of it. We just we just throw it out there to hopefully give people a little entertainment off of some of the shit we talk about, you know. So I'm Troy.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're out, y'all. Thanks.